Welcome to Arc Breeding Episode 16. Yay! So, I was going to keep the Thylos like this, but I decided to keep trying and my efforts paid off. This is a female. She's 254 out of 287. The 287 is the target. And I already have the stats on these other animals, and I've been breeding them until the stats are at 254. So probably just need a couple more stats. And this sucker is going to be this watermelon looking girl. I think of them as watermelons. Is going to be the mother of, well, she's the mother of this one, which is a male 214. So I'm going to breed this male 214 back with the mother to try to make another female 254 or a male 254. Once I have that male 254, preferably without mutations, of course, I'm going to breed him with all of these. These are right now on timer, so I can't breed these till tomorrow sometime. But I'll breed him with her to try to make another 254. And if I can get that 254 male, and the color's not going to change unless they mutate. The colors are exactly the same. As you can see, there's only 3 colors on Thylos. All 3 colors I want are there. It looks like watermelon, right? It's like a big watermelon cat. So there we go. Here, this is the cat beforehand. This is what it looked like beforehand. Let me show you the difference. Okay, you see? Let me take this off. There, you see? This one is kind of pinkish, like a beige, and this one's like a bright purple. But out of the two, I think that though this matches the hue of the green, this pops a little bit better, I think, in my opinion. But later on in time, if I find a better red, I'll probably try to grab an actual red as opposed to this purplish red. But for now, this will work fine. So anyway, I'm just keeping these here for now. They're not really required or anything. So anyway, hopefully I'll get a 287 all stat that looks like a melon. And that's going to be another line I could make. And that's pretty much it. I got Fugly here. Fugly's breeding too because she's female. She's got 8 hours on her. So it's going to be cool. Eventually I'll get those stats. It just takes time. Now, going back to the terror birds, because this is the ARC breeding series, and this is mainly about the terror birds. Nothing else. Let's go back over here. These guys are ready for breeding. This guy's the 5 stat male. Start them off over here. Remember, I'm trying to turn all these females into 5 stat females. They should all be breedable. I'll just go through that. There we go. I also started breeding the megalodons just for consolidation purposes, and I got a couple of babies over there. They're growing up, as you can see. Baby 1 and baby 2. It's let's see, here's juvenile baby 1, and the other one is that one over there, baby 2. So basically, you know, the speed, if you go back over here, let me switch it out here. Here. I'll wait for it to appear here on the screen. All right, you should be able to see me. I hope the camera's clear enough because I didn't see it very well. But anyway, if we look at the megalodons, I only have 10, but they're all the consolidated ones, the ones that have enough. See, there is a speed statistic that never really gets used, but I decided to breed that in line first and then kind of go from there. So eventually I'll get that going too. And it's not too hard, you know. The only thing is I have 4 females now. Before I had only 3. And I have a male with the speed stat that I want to keep and a weight stat. So I'm thinking I'm going to do weight first and start trying to produce some females with weight and speed, you know, and then I'll pick one of the other males to take over. But so far that's the way it is. We got a 243 male, got 2 stats there, and that's that. There we go. Can't cry about it, can't complain. For these guys, I am not going to give a damn about the color. I'm telling you right now, once you get going with these guys and you start breeding them like crazy, you're going to get mutations up the wazoo, all kinds of mutations. Double mutations, you know, double on a single stat or 2 singles on 2 stats, that sort of thing. And yeah. But I think I'm going to try to keep it as pure as I can and try not to just, like I did with the Ravengers, just like making tortillas, just throwing the dough there in your hand and boom, that's it. I'm going to try to be more precise this time. So, anyways, it's going around pretty good. Boy. Oh boy, that's watered down milk. I'm having the Hill Country Fair milk, and I barely taste it. I think they're watering down the milk, and yet they're charging more. Oh, I was going to give up on trying to make the chair, but I got a better idea with the chair. It's just funny. I also hatched all the Giga eggs. So the Giga eggs are doing good. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay, so these guys, their eggs are done. Get him out of here. There we go. Oh shoot, 269. I'm just gonna enable mating because I know she's good for it. She doesn't have no mutations or nothing. She's got like 5 stats on her, I think, but she has a lower level than the 270. So I hatched about 13 gigas. 13. I'm hoping that they show up in the database soon. Let me see. Let me see if any of them have showed up. Gigant. Let's see. By level. Okay, so some of these haven't showed up yet. Adriana's the highest level. She's got the highest level. And she's got the highest stats from what I can tell. Now, some of these gigas, the unnamed ones, basically, I think they're neutered gigas. Rocky is their father, so he's the only 0-0 there. Everybody else has mutations. So, So I got 9, so I need 10, 11, 12, 13. So 4 of them are not showing up. But it looks pretty good. A lot of them are getting weight. Attack. That's not bad. This is a good start because this will tell me what gigas to breed and what to maybe get rid of. Like this baby 6 down here only has oxygen and it's a 229. That's low level. That's not too much more than the father, which sucks because the father was just a natural tame. So baby 6 may not even be worth it. Now, I would still put it out there because I was going to use the gigas I'm still going to use the Gigas. Excuse me, I'm going to put my baby out. I was going to use the Gigas to get more element from the element drops, or the orbital drops. They're called orbital drops from extinction. So this is really for extinction, nothing else. That's all it's good for. That and gathering hide, you know, if you want to hide. Burback. There you go, baby. Go. Go. Okay, let's try to finish this up here. Yeah, I overcharged the unit by an hour, so I'm only doing half an hour and hoping that it doesn't freaking go off or something. Yeah. Okay, so what I was saying, like for example here, baby one, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, even the speed, even though the speed doesn't count. It's got at least three of the main stats, 4 if you really want to think about it. Here's a male and a female. So I let these two grow up, and I have this male breed with this female, and even its own mother, because that's the best male I have. Going based on level, that's the best male I have, is this male right here, you see? Baby one. So I breed that male with the other females, as many as I can muster that don't suck, and see if I can produce even better. Because you just needed the original male, which is just this 0, 0, it's like a level 140, to produce these guys. To try to get, I needed health and melee at least. But given this configuration here, as you can see, it's really close as it is. I'm like almost halfway there just doing this 13 babies. If I breed them properly and I have a little bit of luck on my side, I could potentially come up with something pretty soon. I can have babies that are at her level, 427, just like that. Yeah, this one here, some of these unnamed ones are probably not breedable. So I need to make a distinction. I need to go through the system and pull out anything that's not breedable, because it does make a difference. Let's put these down. Alright, that's that. I know she's like a 5 stat or something. Let me get this. Behavior, disable mating. Okay, now the last time we ran the terror birds, we got a shitload of males. And because we got all these males, we couldn't do much with it. So we're going to try it again and see if we get more females this time. But that's all you're going to do. You're just going to keep breeding females, preferably, or a better male. If I can find something better than 271. Yeah, it's 271 is the best male I've got. Then good. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go over here, and I'll just do it like this. Doesn't matter. Now put a few more over here. I got space. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Those will cook up, and we'll take a look. Should have like what? That's 7 minutes, so I'll just be right back. See? Awesome. See all this time, and think about it. I missed at least 4 eggs because I would set them to breed and I'd take off and do something and forget about the egg about 4 times. So instead of having 13 babies, I could have had, what, 13, 14, 17 babies instead. But I screwed up, and that's not including any kind of twins that happen. So, you know, it does matter when to pay attention to this shit. Let's see, what else we got here? Poo-poo. Okay, I got too much poo in my inventory. There we go. You can drop this too, I guess. Alright, so if I do Giga, it'll come up with probably most of the babies. Like this one. This one's spayed. You see this? It says right there in the middle of the screen, spayed. So I have to designate that one as different. See, this is a baby, also spayed. See, that's not from my blood, my line, which I got from the drop. This is just a separate baby Giga. Okay, that's baby 4, baby 3, baby 2, 1, baby 5. And this is another spayed Giga. So see, so far I've got those. I need to change their names so I can distinguish them. Because it's confusing if I don't. This is why I didn't want to put down too many cryo fridges. Huh. Is this, what is that? Baby 1. That looks like a mature Giga. I don't know. Let me check it out. It says it's not spayed. All right, I'll throw it out. Well, I have to distinguish the names anyway. So let me throw one of them out. Okay, so this Giga, I got to change it. It is spayed. Yeah, this is space. So I'm going to say change name. I'm going to put Z baby 1. I'm going to change it to Z baby 1. The letter Z will put it in a different sort order, so I can kind of ignore it if I do it alphabetically. That'll be better than nothing. Let's see. Get this one. Get this one. Put this in this place. That should be Z baby. Yeah. Let's try this one over here. This should say, I don't know. I'll do the other ones. This is going to be Z baby 2. Z baby 2. Cryo it. Now these are expendable because I can't breed them, so I use them until they die, and that's it. I'm going to do the last Z baby. It looks like I only have 3 that are spayed. This is another one, spayed. Z baby 3. Now this is the last one. It doesn't say it's a baby, It may come out full. Okay, it is a baby. It is a baby. I'm gonna call it baby 14 because I've got a bunch of other babies, and this baby's got to get recryoed because I'm not gonna bring it up right now. But it's not spayed for some reason. You know, this could have been the first baby that I hatched with these guys, so they could be related. So now I put them back. Let's put them back. Okay. Put them all back. And later on, the database will update, and I'll be able to discern it. And oh, I forgot I need cryos for the new terror birds. Okay, so I don't know how many I'm gonna have. If I have enough cryos. There we go. Yeah, this cheap milk doesn't taste like anything. It tastes like I'm drinking milk flavored water. So whatever they did, they watered it down too much. Yeah, it's nowhere as good as the real stuff. It's cheap. I saw the price was like a difference was like $1, and I was like, oh, maybe get that. Alright, so let's see how many 5-stat babies we can get. We got guys are pretty weak. I hope you don't hear the air. Like the last recording, I noticed that there was a lot of air. So I'm sorry about that. So that's a 271 female. That's good. 276 female. That's good. Female. See, now I'm getting a bunch of females. Okay, that's good. Those 269s might work too. But I know I got at least 3 good females unless they're mutated, just by looking at the levels. Ooh, that 276 is nice. 269s might have the stats. So they might be worth keeping. 259 probably not. It's male. Oh, the 269s are both male. They suck. I'll check them for mutations or whatever, but for the most part that usually doesn't turn out well. At least we got, I think we got about maybe 3, maybe 4 good females. So it's not bad. Because I'll leave those females out and just keep breeding them and breeding them and breeding them until I get a bunch of 5-stat females. That's the goal, convert all those females to 5-stat. Okay. All right. All right. Same routine. Go out here. In this case, I'll take this guy and go with me. Okay. All right, same drill. Let me break out the statistics, you know, the numbers. It's like I watched that, God, what's the name of that movie I like so much? I keep forgetting. What's it called? It's, I have HBO Max, at least for now. What's that movie? I keep forgetting what the name is. This one, Free Guy. Oh, I love that movie. Not because of the bunny suit, but because it's just so... well, it's a little too close to reality. When she explains that... when she explains that this isn't... that he's not in reality, that he's part of like this fiction, and he doesn't like it because... and he breaks down because... he can't, he's having problems dealing with the fact that he's not real, that he's just a computer image or computer data. He's not a real person. That everybody else who's playing the game with glasses is real except him. He's just a simulation that's learned the operations in the game. He's the equivalent of a Neo that is actually a program. He's not a real person. But he's the equivalent of a Neo who evolved himself, because the whole purpose of those intelligent programs was to evolve and grow and all that stuff. And sure enough, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's that movie shows you a reflection of what reality is. So anyway, let me see. Go back here. Oh, poor Mimi. I miss Mimi Huns, but she had to get a life, poor thing. I thought that was crazy that she had to go get a life. BB1. Yeah, this has got to be. This one's got to be. That's a good male. Let's see, level again. This baby one is better than the original baby one. Kind of. No, this one's actually better. But this one still has 10 more points. Interesting. Anyway, it's still good. We're getting there. We're going to wind up just getting all the original stats of Mommy. This is Mommy, right? Yeah, this unnamed one is not going to be, it's going to be down here. It's going to be, yeah, it's going to be down here. I think these are probably all, anything with the letter Z in front of it will be considered you know, neutered or spayed, so we can't use it for breeding. That's why I put that Z there. I did get a bunch of dolphins the other day that I didn't get a chance to look at. So yeah, some of these dolphins have to be killed off to make room in the cryo fridge, but for the most part they're very low level. These two are the highest, well, these three are the highest stats, and they really aren't that great. I need more speed, more health. So I'm gonna, the good thing about the Ep16 is they're just so easy to tame. They're just so amazingly easy to tame. It's just crazy. Anyway, let's continue with this. Oh, wrong one. Here, this, the first one. Ooh, female turbird. As long as you don't have no mutations, we're good. Let's see. She's got everything except STAM, which is what I want, because STAM has not been officially incorporated into the bloodline yet. So that one stays. 271. And this one, okay, now let's go back over here. I'm probably going to start throwing some stuff out. I wish they wouldn't put that in front. I'm trying to read the damn. Okay. So, yeah, that's insufficient. No food. It dies. That dies. This 269. No good for me. There's no mutations. No mutations there. Same thing. Still low level. 259 female. Doesn't have food. I don't want it if it doesn't have food. The only thing it's allowed not to have is stamina, because I have not integrated that. It doesn't have stamina and it doesn't have food, so it's got to die. 271. No mutations. Got everything except stamina. That one I keep. Let's put it out of here. It stays there. I got 2 of them now. That's excellent. Alright. This one, 262, no mutations. Does not have food. It dies. 276. Now this is much more liking. It has everything. It has no mutations. It has everything, including food. So it has 5 out of 6 stats. The only thing it needs is stamina. This is perfect. 276 is preferable to 271. If I ever get a 276 male with those stats, I'm going to cry. But that's 3 females I can keep. The rest of these I can throw away. But let's see, what do we got here? 262 male, no mutations. No, useless. And we got a 260 male, no mutations. Useless. No, not enough power to them. Another 260 male, same condition, useless, no mutations. So let me empty all these guys out. I'm gonna dump them all. I took off and I started doing other things and I forgot all about these animals last time. Okay, that's an insufficient female, no food. And this one is 257, no mutations. No, it doesn't have oxygen. It doesn't have oxygen or stamp. Well, yeah, I don't want that. It's useless male. Alright, so these 2 died too. So it looks like we only got a couple of females, like 3 females. And that's it. So, here we go. Those are the 3 females. 2 271s, which is fucking awesome, and a 276, which is even more awesome by 4 levels. 5 levels. sure they're all dead. And we get back over here. Baby's there. Yeah, I noticed that when I press F3 to say all stay, the damn whistle doesn't actually work. And this happens with Arc, and usually I just have to reload it, but you know, it just doesn't work. I don't know what's going on with that. So anyway, let me get some cooked meat. This lasts a while. Put these three new females out over here. Oops. And make sure they have plenty of meat. And now we got 3 more females. You see how we're getting there? So far, this female, I forgot I have to classify her. She's got everything. She's got everything except stamina. So she's, let's see, let me just change her name. Since change name, female 269. Health option. Okay. Alright, so there we go. Eventually gonna breed these out. I don't have enough 5-stat females to justify getting rid of the 4-stat just yet. There we go. Put you out here. Damn, I actually feel like a farmer. I'm going to try to bring that one out of that thing. I don't like it so far in there. You see, I'm going to press F3. It's supposed to stay. And you hear the whistle, but the mechanical action doesn't take place. Yeah, so when I press F3, something must be overriding F3 or something. I'm not sure. I just don't get it. Here. Keyboard. Yeah. This kid, is anybody on? It's just totally ignoring me. Let's see, I'm wondering if I'm using F3 for something else, but I don't see where it's being used for anything else. Very strange. See, follow works, but stay doesn't work. Weird. Anyway, it's already been about 39 minutes. We talked about a lot of other aspects of breeding. Always make sure your whistles work. It looks like that guy says, is anybody on? Then he doesn't check his messages. So I don't know. I gave him a Thyla. I gave him a neutered version of the Thyla, of the orange Thylos that I have. and he was very thankful. I gave him a megalodon that didn't suck. I bred him a fresh one so he can get imprints on it and shit. Yeah. Well, that's getting along fine. I'm going to check the gigas to see if they're updated in the database. Let's see. Takes a while. Gigantosaurus. 19. Do it by level. Okay, see, it's a Z baby. If I do it by name, the Z babies, all these are neutered. All these three are neutered, so they don't even really count. So let's do level again. See? See, the Z babies were the ones that looked like they were really good. But I'll get there. I'll get there eventually. Yeah. So I have all these babies that have to be raised. And that's not including... go back here. That's not including the... Uteranus that I have and all these other things. Yeah. So I have a lot of things that have to be raised that they just gave me as babies or eggs or whatever. So I'll be, once I get a new base selected, that's what I'll do. I also did some work on the other base. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and discontinue this particular one. As you can see, we only have 3 more terror bird females with 5 stats. One is of a superior level. The other ones are on par with the father at least, which is not bad. I can't complain. 3 with all stats, to me that's America. Oh, well, with 5 out of 6 stats. You could say 5 out of 6. That's great. So now that means I have 3, 4, 5 females with all 5 stats. The rest have 4. One or the other. So, good job. The only thing is it just takes forever for these guys to respawn. Like if you look at the timers, 14 hours, 16, 12, 22. 22 is the highest so far. There. Yeah, I'd have to wait 22 hours for these guys. So I'm only doing like 1 breeding a day. You know. So, anyway, we'll go from there. Yeah, in reality, you can only afford to mutate certain things. You have to really decide what's important to you, what you want to mutate. Because if you don't do the right thing by it, it's going to be a mess because you'll have too many animals on a particular server. What I've done in the past, since, you know, in light of cryo technology, is what I'll do is I'll go to extinction where you can mine for element. You can use a Doedicurus to get that element from the lamps, you know, the crystalline lamps. That's why I have this guy labeled for extinction. Let me get a little more stamina. So this one's going to be labeled for extinction. I'm just going to run around hitting the posts, the lamp posts and the benches, and I can get all the element I want. It's not bad. So you do that, you make your element as you go. It takes time for it to create in your inventory, but that's what keeps you light. And what I normally do is I go there, I establish a small base, just a small box, a small like 3x3 box, just big enough for a couple of bunk beds and a vault and I usually establish uh, a forge. I usually establish a forge over there so that when I go off and I kill, if I kill animals for oil or I kill animals for whatever, I keep the metal and I deposit the metal in the forge and just put some gas in there to go ahead and kill everything. Not kill everything too, I'm sorry, to melt everything so that I have a bunch of metal ingots to work with. That's usually what I do. And it works out, you know, basically the base pays for itself. In this case, since I have so much metal here, you know, I have so much metal here, I can make another forge if I really wanted to and go from there. But anyway, that's to be discussed on Twisted Soto series, which is my regular series. And I'll let you guys go. It's been interesting, but the point of that discussion, just to finish up, I'm sorry I didn't do that. The point of the discussion is I go there, I create the element, I make a generator, I make a forge, and that's what I do. And I put an archive there. Yes, Autumn. What's up?
Hi, John.
That was my sister. I'm gonna have to talk with her in a bit. But anyway, I'm behind on my downloads and stuff like that, and the Twisted Soto series and all that. But right now, just to finish up what I was saying, I basically create an element based generator to power the area. I cultivate the element because an element will last you a whole day. Usually that's the rule of thumb. So I cultivate the element, I cultivate all that stuff, and I put cryo fridges there next to the generator. I don't have to put a trough or anything because I don't usually bring animals over there. But what I'll do is I'll make that an archive, and I will transplant as many animals over there as I can. And that's how I'll do it. Usually, like I said, over there, I would use the gigas to do the element runs. But 9 times out of 10, what I do is I wind up just making a house, going over there, farming for element, metal, element, and element, metal, oil, and maybe those blueprints from those machines, and that's pretty much it. That's all I really do. I don't do much over there. I archive. I use the element generator to archive those things, so you can have basically I can have a majority of the things. Anything in my cryo units that you see here that I'm not using, I can dump over there. So I can relieve myself of at least half of what I have here and just put it in archive over there and just make sure I log in now and again to make sure it's okay. I just put it in a small metal house with the element generator, and that's it. That way I divide the burden also because they don't want too many people on this server with too many animals. Right now, according to this, I'm at 60. But according to 60 out of 250, but according to the thing here, if I go back up when this thing pops up, okay, according to this, go back, Open this up. I have 210 animals total. That's I'm already 250. I have 500, so I'm already at 250, I believe. I think that's right. Let me see. Let me see. Where's the rules? Yeah. So a total tribe dino cap is set at 500 on non-patriot servers, 250 awake, and 1,000 on Patreon servers, 250 dinos awake per server. Okay, so those are the limitations, as you can see right there. So I have to just stay within those restrictions. So if I take half my shit over there, then that gives me more room to breed with. But I can only breed so much because you can only have 250 dinos awake. So I have to maybe resort to 1 or 2 species to mutate at a time. So like I like the Thylos, right? I really like Thylos. Well, if I make a base, I can try to mutate them. But I can't go above 250. Do you understand? Same thing with the Megalodons. Right now I'm consolidating so I can get an Adam and an Eve of the species of significant level. They're pretty much ready to consolidate because all their stats are in the 40s. But to actually breed so many that I can mutate at the same time would take a much bigger base than this because that's a bigger animal. The Gigas are also a bigger animal. So technically what you would want to do in reality is you want to create a base where you can have your Gigas that's big and another base where you can have smaller animals stored and you can maybe breed medium-sized animals like the Megatherium. Something like that, idealistically. Trying to breed Gigas on extinction has been done. It can be done. It just takes a lot of work to do it. I mean, really. And on extinction, they have orbital bombardments randomly. So if you're out in the open, you're screwed. That's why when I build my archive, I just put, basically I know my archive is good for 250 dinos. Okay? All right, because it says, see, dino cap is set at 500 non-Patreon servers, 250 dinos awake. Okay, so I could put up to 5, excuse me, I misread that. It says I could put up to 500 dinos asleep in a cryo. So that means I can put 500 over there, but that's not awake, that's not breeding. That's in stasis. So you have to decide. I think you can probably do 2 species at a time. But given the way the Gigas are consolidating very well, I think all this is very doable. I think it's going to happen. But I do need some place to raise the Gigas. How am I going to raise 13, 14, 15, 16, whatever Gigas at a time? I would need a huge tract of land for that. So what I was going to do is, like I said, I was going to consolidate more stuff here. And then once I'm done with that, maybe do the Megatheriums here and put everything else in archive, as much as I don't want to do that because I like having it at hand. I'll have to put everything in archive over there. I have no choice. It's the only way to do it. It's the only place you can get element. I mean, I could use gasoline and archive on another map, but that's gasoline. You got to take gasoline all the way over there. Over there, you can create your own element just by taking a Dodie and a bird with you, or you can just leave them in cryo there. I can leave a bird or 2 birds or whatever. 3 birds actually is what I take. I take 2 to defend and 1 to carry. You can take that. Excuse me. Thought I heard something. You can take that and go ahead and do it that way. But anyway, this is over. I better close this episode. You guys have a good night. Thank you for listening. Those are the rules. You got to follow the rules of your server if you're going to be successful. Okay? Take care.